just doing me. I'm just doing me, 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 me. Why don't you do you? That's what you should do.
Hi you guys, good morning. So we're in the car on our way to work. We're gonna stop and get some breakfast. I have been really into island greens. They just so good. I have so much to tell you guys, so much to go over. I don't think I have vlogged in a couple weeks, other than the footage that I kind of put out. I have not picked up my camera to sit and film. I have not picked up my camera to take you guys with me, to talk to you, to do anything, because so much has happened. Here is what's been happening. So where do I start? Where do I start? Okay, so in October, I stopped eating sugar for 30 days. No processed sugar, no natural sugar, no fruit or anything like that. And my skin literally freaked the heck out. Like, I had not just, well, I still have scarring from it over here, but they weren't whiteheads, they were filled with blood, so it was like no popping, I couldn't pick or anything like that. And I had terrible like sugar withdrawals, and I always do, because I don't know if you guys remember, well, I don't know if I ever talked about it, but every year from January, from the 1st to the 21st, we do a Daniel fast, and you have no meat, no sugar. It's my favorite time of the year, actually, because I feel so close to God during that time. It's like my favorite part. Last year was really, really hard, though. It was really hard. I almost gave up because it was just like, what the hell? It was really hard, but it's my favorite time of the year. So, and I usually go through really, really bad sugar withdrawals, and I probably will stay off of sugar until like April, you know, and then get back on it. Well, this year I was like, well, let me just, you know, try it. Like, why not? So I was off of sugar for not the full month, because there were 3 days that I did have sugar. I went to a fair. I had an like a dairy-free ice cream, and I can tell you exactly what it is because I was kicking myself. So out of the 31 days, minus 3. So I went 28 days, minus those 3 days with no sugar, no processed sugar, nothing. And it was crazy. It wasn't as hard as I thought, but I got really, my skin was acting up really, really bad, and I got really, really bad sugar withdrawal headaches, like really bad. So now I'm not implementing processed sugar back into my diet, but this month I'm also going to no white bread. So because white bread just turned into sugar. So no white bread. We are moving off of white bread, even though, like, you know, bread is bae. My body does not like bread. It actually throws my hydronitis into full effects, but okay. So another thing was that my hydronitis was acting up really bad because of the detox that my body naturally went into. So this month we're gonna keep the sugar going, even though it's about to be the holiday times. No sugar for me and no white bread. The white bread part is easier for me to get over than the sugar. Just know it was hard, okay? So yes, that happened. Then my mom was in the hospital. She was treated terribly in the hospital. They thought that my mom has diverticulitis, and unfortunately it causes you, my mom also has hyperthyroid, which they now have diagnosed it. They had at that time diagnosed it at Graves. So when your thyroid is out of whack, that is what makes you gain and lose weight. There's no balance. And with the diverticulitis, it's basically like a really bad stomach condition. My mom has explained it to me like it feels like she's birthing a baby every day. And I don't have any children, so I don't know what that pain is, but I know that labor is extremely painful. And so to feel like that every day, I can't even imagine. So because of the stomach issues, it's really hard for her to eat. It's hard for her to eat in large quantities, and even small portion sizes. It's hard for her to eat because anything could upset her stomach. So naturally, when you're eating maybe 2 or 3 times a week, you're going to lose weight. So they thought my mom was on drugs, and instead of testing her for things that they should have been testing her, like making sure her kidneys and all those things, they tested her for drugs, and they found no drugs. They then proceeded to tell her, well, you just need to go home because you know, whatever, we're not going to test you for anything else. All this, they gave her like some bullshit, so she just asked to be released. Unfortunately, she has not gotten a resolve for her stomach, but what pissed me off is that you decided to become a doctor. It was your personal choice to make that profession, and for you not to do everything in your power to make sure that person comes out at least knowing what's wrong with them, or a little better than they in better condition than they came in, is completely bullshit. And it's just like, what the fuck do you have? Why do you have any business? It's just like people that go into the police force so that they can run people. You know what I mean? You go into them with nasty intentions, and it's counterproductive. And that's my whole thing, is like, they treated her so nasty because she was black, because of assumptions of bullshit. Like, what in the hell? Like, I just don't understand it. So then that was happening. My sister had her pop-up shop. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. It was a complete success. I ended up having to cook to help more than what I kind of thought I was going to be doing. And I had such a great time with my sister, doing like such a great freaking time, because I had really been asking the Lord to help. Like, I wanted to work on the relationships I had with my siblings, and I was just really impressed with her, with how she handled her business, with how she handled her, like, I loved every minute of it. I love running around, going shopping, finding stuff. I loved it. I cannot wait for her to do it again. But I absolutely loved it. I had such a great time. I had a great time at the event. Thank you for everybody that came. You can still shop her website. I'll leave the link down in the description box for Cohesive Collections. And it was a really good time. It was wonderful. Loved it. So, okay, so after that, I was then consumed, like, I'm still consumed by school. This is the last month of the semester for us as paralegal students. They usually, like, they have until the first week of December. However, with this week and like next week is Thanksgiving, so the following week after that is like our last week of classes. We usually end out the last week of November and have that first week free, while, you know, everybody else is like running around. You get your exams done, you get your stuff turned in, all that good stuff. So we literally like are about to be done, and there's so much. I had to prep for a mini trial, which my sister and my best friend had to come in class and be my witnesses and my client and all that stuff. That took a lot of work. I had so many assignments. I still have one big paper due. I've just had so much to do in school that I didn't have time to kind of like sit or take you guys or do anything. I have had no freaking time, like no time. So there was that. I have also, the Lord has also been dealing with me in one area that I thought that I was kind of like at peace with or content with, but no. So this year, I can't wait to do my year wrap up with you guys, because I literally, like, the Lord has really been like comforting me in a way. And If you don't think that the Lord is concerned about everything that concerns you, you are so mistaken, and I actually feel for you. I feel for you in the worst way, because it's a lie. It is a lie, and I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to go into full detail when I do like my year wrap up, but this year, one of the big things that the Lord has kind of had to show me this year, I was so bent on wanting the Lord to like talk to me. I was like, I don't understand why the Lord like talks to my mom, why, you know, the Holy Spirit talks to my mom and talks to my uncle, and then they have to relay a message to me. And like, I wanted the Lord to talk to me, because I'm just a silly human, and I think that that is the only form of communication. Like, and you know what's crazy about that is when you put God in those kind of boxes, like, that's not the only form of communication that I have. So I don't know why the heck I would think that that is the only form of communication God has. Like, it is so, like, it was just like, now I'm thinking, like, this is why, like, girl, okay, get yourself together. So yeah, I was just like, okay, I'm waiting, I'm reading, I'm waiting for God to speak, like physically speak to me. And I had to learn that I don't respond to conversation well. I halfway don't remember it all the time. And so that would be not the best way for God to communicate with me. I am a visual learner. And I've always been a dreamer. I've always had vivid dreams. And I had, like, it hit me when I went to Detroit, like, oh, that's how God's communicating with me. God is communicating with me through my dreams. And I never put that together. And that's so simple. And it's something that sticks with me. My dreams actually sticks with me. Some of the words people tell me stick with me, but not all of them. But all of my dreams stick with me. And so God, because of how I am, God knows exactly me. He knows exactly me. He knows exactly how I understand, exactly how I prefer to communicate. He knows exactly me. And so the biggest thing that God has kind of had to show me is just like, I am communicating with you, girl, every day. In fact, it's just not how you want to be communicated with, because you don't remember all the words that the people be saying. And that is so true. So the Lord communicates with me through dreams, and especially during this season, for whatever reason, like, my dreams have been like, girl, just on 9, on 10, okay? And I didn't realize, because the Lord saved me of loneliness, I didn't realize that I was still dealing with the emotions of, like, because y'all, okay, I have been single and celibate for a good amount of time now, a good chunk of time now, and I was dealing with emotions of feeling like, I don't know, like, I really have no idea, like, how long am I supposed to be single? I was listening to a person that was just like, I was single and celibate for 22 years before I found one. I was like, 22 years? Girl, what? Like, I want children, I want a husband, I want these things. And I'm just like, what? All these numbers. And not that I was fearful, because, you know, I know the Lord, what the Lord, you know, wants for me, but the Lord really had to deal with me on those things. And I have been having dreams, and God has basically been like, you need to put that out your head. I have no intentions for you to be lonely. I have no intentions for you to be by yourself in that way. So, and you know, like, so the Lord has had to basically reassure me, like, girl, listen, like, I have no intention for you to be alone. Get that out of your head. Focus on me and everything, the desires of your heart. Like, I meant what I said. I will give you the desires of your heart. Focus on me, and it will happen for you. And I'm thinking, like, okay, it is something so, like, so small, especially when you just like what's going on in the world is like a lot, you know. And so I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, don't worry about this, Lord. Like, I'll have to deal with this. But the Lord is so concerned that he would even comfort me for these things that I knew was not even true. I knew that the Lord made a person for me. I knew that the Lord wants to see, you know, will give me the desires of my heart. And it is my heart's desire, you know, to have the person that God has made for me and a mate. And children and all those things, and I already knew that. And so just, you know, you be trippy. So yes, that is what's been going on. God, listen. God, it has been so good to me, so good to me. And I can't even begin to express my gratitude for how he has kept me, for how he constantly just gives me just like a pat on the back, like, oh honey, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Just keep going, stay encouraged, you know, keep just constantly. And even, you know what else happened to me this year? I realized that I really have a good core group of friends. Like, bomb. Like, I always used to tell the Lord, like, Lord, I want, you know, friends that are good, that are this, that are that. And I really had to sit back and realize the things that with my friends were just, they weren't just into Christ how I was into Christ. But it's not up to me. It's up to me to spread the information, but it's not up to me to make them believe, and I can't. But I can show them how good God is and hope that they come to God in the way that I have by how I live. And once I stop trying to kind of like press into them, you know, certain things, I just realized, like, these is like, I got some bomb ass friends. No, their beliefs aren't the same as mine, and that's okay. They're still the bomb. They're still the people that I asked, like I asked the Lord to send me. They're still the friends that I said, Lord, these are the kind of friends that I would like. And they have actually, despite their having their own lives and their own things, exceeded my expectations. And that to me was like lit. Okay. So other than that, I have just really, like, this year, man, 2018, girl. Y'all, this damn island green is so good. 2018 has really been a beautiful year for me. A beautiful year for me. And it has just been such a learning experience. It has been such amazing. And I cannot wait to do my year wrap up with you guys. But that is what's been going on. Room is in shambles. This is how, like, knee deep in school I am. My room is in shambles, and instead of cleaning my room, I decided to go to the movies because I just can't deal with it. But this weekend I have to deal with it. Like, I don't have a choice, because Thanksgiving is coming. A lot of things are coming up. I'm considering getting my hair braided again because, you know, I just can't deal with it or something. And yeah, I am so ready for the semester to be over. Although it's been a really good semester, it hasn't been as bad as I kind of thought it was going to be. And I'm thankful that I structured out my semester like this, because I have, like, in my classes, I have a lot of people that are graduating, and these are the hard classes that I took, like, in our program out of our core stuff. So thankfully, now next semester I'm taking 6 classes, and this could all go, you know, it could just blow up on me. But I'm staying organized and staying on top of my stuff. It's gonna get me right, you know, I just hope that God is blessing you in whatever area that you're asking to be blessed in. I hope that He is opening up doors for you that you maybe forgot that you wanted open. And you guys be blessed, be well. I will see you in my next video. Hopefully that next video will be soon. But girl, we gotta wrap up the semester, so just, you know, don't give up on me, okay? But I got to get through this semester because it's about to be grind time. 2019 is like about to be a crazy year for me. I cannot even believe all that's in store for 2019. Like, literally, it's giving me chills. 2019 is almost here, and that heifer, she is about to take me through it, and I am here for it, okay? I can't believe all of the things that are about to happen in 2019 for me, and I can't wait to share with you guys in my yearly wrap-up. That I'll be filming in December, of course, because it'll be the end of the year. So, yes, otherwise, you guys be blessed, be well, and remember, do it bigger and better in true plus-size fashion. I'll talk with y'all soon. Bye.